the long-term damage could...
Florida Bay. Saltwater creatures dying from too much fresh water. Tonight looking for a long-term solution and a look at the long-term effects.
If South Florida had no canals, much of South Florida would still be underwater. The canal system in West Dade, for example, makes it possible to farm what used to be swampland. But that kind of progress also has its price. The extensive kill of marine life near Key Largo is an example. Dead sponges, crabs, and fish washing ashore after the South Florida Water Management District opened up this canal plug.
Well, our main concern at that particular time was the residential flooding that was occurring in Florida City.
The plug stayed open 8 days, during which 12.5 billion gallons of fresh water poured into the shallow bays bordering Key Largo and Everglades National Park.
It has killed 99% of the sponge here, and it has killed turtle grass. It's killed a whole lot of the grass. It's killed most of the vegetation that's on the bottom in these few lakes right through here. Most of the fishermen that fish for me are very concerned that it's going to affect their livelihood.
Under the surface, turtle grass provides protection, food, even oxygen for small marine creatures. It's supposed to be green, but in Blackwater Sound, it's brown. And despite its name, Blackwater Sound is supposed to be quite clear, like this bay on the other side of US 1. Instead, Blackwater Sound is murky, its bottom barely visible just a few feet down.
We're quite familiar with what occurs down there as a result of the releases of this fresh water. The bottom line is we still have a flood control responsibility. We still have a responsibility to the residents and the agriculture people as well to provide them with the flood protection as the system was designed.
No one seems to know when this water will clear, but that's not the only concern.
It's important to realize that Everglades National Park is one of the most significant nursery grounds for fish and the commercial fishing industry that exists in Florida.
You really will not be able to tell all of this until the outcome of probably a year from now, when the little fish aren't there and the people start screaming, "I'm not catching any fish." What's happened to them?
Jim McDowell is a bait rigger by trade who supplements his income trapping stone crabs and lobsters.
The future for this year and probably the next few years looks very bleak to me. I've seen too much of the bottom that's completely dead, too many sponges, too many of the crustacea that are out there that have already died. So evidently that fresh water that they did put in has killed everything in that bay.
This plug is really more than just a water barrier. It's sort of a Mason-Dixon line between the north and the south. To the north, the people who want flood protection. To the south, the people who don't want the kinds of poisons this canal can deliver. Come the next heavy rainstorm, it seems certain both sides are going to